We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. F***ing thing sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show, everyone. I don't know why this camera's just not in focus there, but all right, we'll do with that. All right, so just check in. Okay, audio's in. Let me just make sure comments come up. Yep, comments come up. All right, cool. We are in. So yeah, you guys are catching me basically done with work, out of the shower, just ready to talk about, I guess, what's going on. Just a quick update, everyone, if you guys didn't already know. Well, we'll share my thoughts, I guess. I don't know if no one asked for them, but I'll just share my thoughts because this is basically, or this is a vlog at this point. And just a quick update for everyone. I mean, this stream itself is, same as always. You can ask your questions. I guess that's not really an update whatsoever. But we're going to talk about, I guess, Meet Kevin's real estate company because I just had the chance to actually watch his video. And I wasn't able to actually give my thoughts on it earlier because I have to watch it. All right. So let's see here. So my initial thoughts was, okay, so he has a business coming out, and this was before I watched the video, and I knew it had something to do with real estate because honestly, I just knew, I guess, what other content creators were really talking about. I didn't really know much else about it. And then upon further inspection, I saw, or when I started watching the video and seeing the proposal, I found it okay. Like it's, I guess he's, trying to start something that's scalable in real estate. And he has experience, like the proposition is I have experience in real estate, and therefore, by extension, I can, scale this. And, maybe that's the case, maybe that's not the case. I have no idea in reality. But what I found interesting is he compared it to a lot of publicly traded companies. And if those of you on the Discord, you already know kind of the answer. So I'll kind of just ask you, this is for everyone who's not in the Discord or didn't see it. Maybe you didn't see it, but it's an honor system, whether or not you know the answer to this, but he compared himself to a bunch of different publicly traded companies, and I felt like there was almost one company in particular that he didn't compare himself to necessarily, but I think is a more accurate representation of what he is. But they already do what he wants to do, and they're very successful at it. Some of the key points that I kind of listened to was like, okay, well, and by the way, I was multitasking, so some of you may correct me if he did or did not say this, but while I was just overhearing what he was saying, it sounded a lot like, okay, at times we're going to de-risk the portfolio. We might sell it to a passive fund of some sort. And again, correct me if I'm wrong that that's the case, but that's what I heard. And yeah, I think that there is a company that does that, and it's not a REIT, but it is a corporation that doesn't have to distribute 90% of its taxable income to shareholders. So the structure's interesting, to say the least. And that one, I'll let you guys think. I'll give a pause here. Honor system, because I know some of you already know the answer, but honor system. What kind of company already exists, is already publicly traded? And if you have seen Meet Kevin's video, X out all the companies he mentioned, because it's not that one. He did compare himself, or not himself, but the potential of this company to Berkshire Hathaway. And I'm not taking away from the potential. We'll get into some other things, I guess. But this is just an interesting or fascinating, I guess, tidbit that we can touch upon in business structuring. But I'll wait for some responses. But if you guys don't know, you can organize your business in various types of ways, though how it's treated by the IRS in form of taxation. And a REIT, as you might think, is a pass-through entity, so it doesn't face corporate taxation. All the taxes pass through to the actual individual shareholders, and there's certain other rules that you have to meet in order to qualify as a REIT. But for the most part, this is not a REIT, and he's established that because he's not returning capital to shareholders in the form of dividends or in the form of buybacks, and that's not the structure that requires. Well, a REIT requires that, but the structure he elected is not the one that requires this. So I'll kind of wait. Okay, so Will P, you didn't watch the video. So Meet Kevin is starting a real estate business that in an effort to kind of take his real estate skills, of course, you guys may debate whether or not he does or does not have those skills, but that's the proposition. He has real estate skills, and from that base, he's saying, okay, well, I can scale this. I can make this into something bigger. Maybe, okay, but we're not there yet. So I want to see if anyone can guess. Okay, Brookfield's Brookfield is kind of another one that does this. Kind of. There's one that's a little bit more on the nose than Brookfield, but no, Brookfield's right there. Not Zillow. No, not Zillow. He did kind of compare himself to Zillow, Open Door, and the like with the whole AI thing. The specific company that he did not mention, he didn't mention Brookfield either. He didn't mention Brookfield. So that's a good one, Ben. I didn't think of that one. Ben's comment. But what I'm trying to say is that there are companies that already technically do this, and they're far more successful at it. Well, they have a proven track record, et cetera, and stuff like that. And they have among the best talent in the world flocking to work for them. They have internal software teams that develop internal software to find these deals, to manage these properties, to manage the different assets that they own. Brookfield's a little bit on, I'd say, different than the one I'm thinking of, just because Brookfield is also involved with a lot of commercial real estate. You might, if you go to New York City, they have a beautiful mall at the south side of Manhattan. Recommend you guys go check that out. Also a good place to eat, by the way. So counterpoint, there is proof that the model works, and Kevin could replicate this one on a smaller scale. That's actually what I think we've been talking about on the Discord a bit, to be fair, because we have to be fair here. We don't know certain details. Like, we don't know how the story will play out. We can make assumptions. We can all play around, guess around, have fun with it, but we don't really know. And I'd like to actually see what it's about. Not that I'm saying I'm definitive. It makes it sound like I'm going to put money into it, but no, that's not the case. If you guys were somehow thinking that, but I just want to, I'll see how it's doing. And for those who are investing, if you among you are investing, I don't wish that you lose money in this. I hope it generates you a ton of money and maybe makes you wealthy. I have no idea. So counterpoint Andrew Marshall points out is that they're replicating another entity at scale. I'm sorry, not at scale, but at a smaller scale. Yeah, that's one of the conversations we were having. So oh, Fuhat, you should know this already. No, you should know this. It's not Oaktree. Oaktree has and gets involved in debt. So not Oaktree. Someone guessed Starwood Capital Trust. That's also not correct. I would go ahead and cancel that one off your list. But these are not bad guesses. These are not bad guesses. We can talk about Walgreens Boots Alliance. Oh, by the way, I want to say I saw that my name has been mentioned in different chats in a good way, by the way. I won't name the creators' content, and I said creators the way I said it. Doesn't give it away who it is, definitely, because it could be plural, could be not plural. But yeah. Okay, so what business model is Kevin trying to scale? No, not trying to scale. It's already been scaled. No, he's trying to replicate it at a smaller scale. No, it's already been scaled. There's already an entity out there that does what Kevin, says is unique and different at a much larger scale. It's already something that is done. He could do it. He could replicate it. It may probably at one point at a certain size if it starts to have offices. For a question about does it need a janitor. Let's see here. What business model is trying to scale? Are you planning on going to Meet Kevin's Real Estate PowerPoint? We can go over the PowerPoint. So here, let me see if I can find it here. Meet Kevin's website. I think what's Master Doctor? Can you send that to me, or can you just tag me in it? And then I'll just pull it up here. I know you tagged me in it, so I apologize. Yeah, but I've seen some content. I've seen some content creators, just talking about it here and there. So I didn't want to share my opinion until I got to see the video myself. No one's guessing it. Well, I know some of you are really meeting the honor system and not saying it out loud. So good on you. I'll stick with Zillow. Well, Zillow's doesn't do what me Kevin's doing. They were doing iBuying, and no, there's an actually successful company. Well, when I say I'm predicting that, I'm not making a prediction of the success of Meet Kevin's business, but there is a company that exists. It's probably very boring for some of you, but Fuhat, you love this company. Come on, you know this company. You just want to say, Julius, that is a little bit on the nose, my friend. Dan Weston, that is you guys are on the nose there. Yes, Fuhat, good job. Yeah, it is Blackstone. All right, so Blackstone, not BlackRock. All right, so BlackRock is more of just an asset manager, but you have in terms of Blackstone a company that already does that basically on a huge scale, on a very very large scale. About I think it's like 90-something billion in AUM. So I'm checking it. Let me see where is that? Okay, you added me here. Oh, there we go. You guys are awesome. Super quick. All right, so let's see here. 101 valuation investor slide deck. All right, so I'll just look through this, and I saw him when he went over this, but again, in passing, because I was multitasking. I was getting some stuff done on the side. All right, so we'll put it here for you guys, and I shall, which screen should I use? Maybe I should use this screen over here. Yeah, why not? All right, and then we'll use this screen here. All right. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, if you guys have a Microsoft or you have Windows and a Mac or whatever, but every time I put Chrome, I don't know if this is conspiracy, but every time I put Chrome to the default, somehow, I don't know if I'm clicking something by accident or if I'm doing it while I'm not conscious, but it keeps going back to Microsoft Edge. I don't know. I don't know what's up. Oh, you know what it was? Maybe it was the update. Maybe that did it. Because I was like, I swear I had Chrome as my default. But anyways, I like Edge now. It's actually pretty good. Well, Edge actually runs on Chrome, by the way. Fun fact. I found that out the other day. I think it was one of you who told me this. I don't remember. Okay, so let's go to, let me see if it goes to the right one. Yep, it goes to the right one. All right, let me get your name out of the way. Not that I don't like you, but I just want the name out of the way so we can just see this. Lilix, no, not, well, KKR a little bit. No, I'd probably, yeah, KKR too in some ways. But yeah, we were already kind of talking about it that it's, you know, you don't mention Blackstone. You kind of mentioned Berkshire Hathaway. Maybe it's because the retail audience not as many know Blackstone, even though I think it's pretty popular. Most people know about it. But that's a company that already exists, and it's successful. You can invest in it today. It's been around for a long time. They actually, so fun story about Blackstone. If you guys didn't know this, if you guys are kind of newer to the markets, Blackstone used to be a limited partnership, which I'll get to in a second, why that's actually a really good structure for owning real estate, and why I'm not doing it yet, but actually before I got on here, I was actually just talking to an old friend who was making that proposition that we actually do that. But me as a limited partner, and they are proposing to be the general partner. If I can get into that if you guys ask questions about what the structure means, limited general partner, but it's not that complicated. So I would be entering the agreement as a limited partner, and they would be the general partner, and the business itself or the partnership, I'm not going to be the only limited partner, would basically engage in purchase of real estate, renting it out, etc. So anyways, okay, so House Hack, that is the name of the company. And by the way, I'm not unaware of why the name is called House Hack, so I'm not that uncultured in terms of YouTube finance. I know that you guys have kind of grown with me, that I went from super uncultured YouTube finance, didn't know about any YouTuber really, and then slowly over time, you guys made me lose my faith in humanity, and I'm still kind of losing my faith in humanity, because there were actually 2 other YouTubers that I didn't know existed, and then I found out existed, and I was like, okay, kind of cringe. But anyways, so House Hack comes from me, Kevin's talk about house hacking, right? So he calls it like wedge deals, I believe, and actually he used that terminology in his video. So, and of course, like, yeah, real estate wedge deals. Let's use his terminology. Yeah, that's a doable thing, and individually, that's something that you could experience yourself. So something that I found interesting was, okay, the beginning. He uses this terminology, now accepting investors at a $1 to $1 valuation. Just basically means that it's not going at any multiple. It's going on a 1-to-1 multiple. That's what you kind of have to think of. When I kind of heard it, the proposition is that other firms don't sell at a 1-to-1 multiple, or they don't raise capital at a 1-to-1 multiple. Therefore, good for him. He's saying, well, the proposition is that's good for you, right? Not good for him, but good for you. That's the proposition. Okay, so as featured, well, yeah, because I think he was featured on a lot of this stuff. He's getting around. Okay, so the opportunity, residential real estate. So, let's kind of go through this and kind of read through it. I guess this is my opportunity to read through it more in depth without something on the side, or focusing on that on the side. Okay, so by the way, if you guys didn't notice, yeah, I'm terrible at thumbnails, because I should have put Kevin's face on the thing, but it doesn't really matter. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know, I apologize if you guys get any advertisements. I don't know if you guys got the update. I updated everyone on Discord, I think now a little bit ago, but I made sure to update again today that I am no longer monetized, and that's from my own doing. So I demonetized the entire channel, and this is a vlog. So if there are any ads on any videos, that's all Google. All right. Oh, you know what? watch them to support my investment in Google because I own Google. So in that way, yeah, I'm still making the money. But yeah, so just going through this, the opportunity, residential real estate, the world's largest asset class. Home sales have already started dropping. Inventories rise. So, okay, I'm getting cap rates rising. Home prices are falling. Whoever has cash is king. The reason why I'm kind of hovering over that point is over the call on Sunday, which I might as well share with you guys here today. There is a company that kind of represents this similar not opportunity, but basically a similar thesis that if you think that's going to happen, there's actually a stock that provides that exposure. Again, honor system that you guys don't, spoil it, but remind me that to get to it at some point, I guess. So don't spoil it if you guys already know. But yeah, so honor system. But you guys can spoil it, it's whatever, but honor system. I don't want to make you feel guilty. If you want to say it in the chat, go ahead. I don't care. All right. So we're inviting accredited investors. So accredited investors, you guys have probably been, I guess, showered with this information that it's, people with certain incomes or people with certain net worths, not including your own residence, or it's someone who is licensed. All right. So then you can qualify as well. So yeah, you see he uses the terminology wedge deal on your house hack investment. Okay. So boys housing market boom early in the pandemic, now is cooling fast. So, okay, he's presenting again, like, okay, look at all these stories. And the opportunity is cap rates are going to be rising. And at the same time that rents, I think he said at some time in the video that rents might go up, right? So cap rates are rising, not only because house prices are falling, but rents are also simultaneously rising. Now, I don't know how... I think it depends on the market, really. And that's one of the things with real estate, why iBuying. If you guys recall back in the Zillow video, way back when Austin was on the show, and I think Austin's somewhere in here. I won't oust you, Austin, don't worry. But yeah, way back in the day, we talked about Zillow, and that was the one thing I despised. I don't know. Well, Austin, if you oust yourself, that's on you. But the thing I hated about Zillow was the iBuying business. And then eventually it made it into the speculative part of the investment because it got out of the iBuying business. Oh, hi, I'm Austin. I've ousted him. All right, he's done it. All right, it wasn't me. He's done it. So yeah, that was the thing we talked about in Zillow back in the day. And yeah, I didn't like the iBuying, but they got out of it. And it was kind of well-timed almost because before making that video, I was like, they're probably not going to get out of the iBuying business, and I hate this. And then they got out of the iBuying business because it's terrible. And then finally they got to the price point because I guess the market hated that, but they were stupid to begin with, right? There is actually a more successful Zillow. If you guys want me to talk about that one, I can remember to do it. Just remind me to say, hey, talk about that stock that's like the more successful Zillow, and I'll talk about it. Just because I don't want to get too much into two different tangents. Okay, so we already are down 5.2% from March. That's about 1% per month. Okay. Now back over 6%. That's 3.5% higher in December, which reduces purchasing power by 35%. So I'll say that I've experienced that in my local market. That's, I think, why this friend of mine is trying to make this proposal. That this gets started soon, because I think they're saying, oh, well, this opportunity is there. I won't be available to do anything but being a limited partner. So it works well for me if I decide to go through with it. And at the same time, there's might be ample opportunity in the area. All right. So yeah, it's fine. All right. So mortgage rates are increasing fast for non-cash buyers, every 1%. So basically, whoever has cash is king in this instance, because you can buy the higher cap rate properties, right? Okay, so going over earnings from the American second largest home builder, Lennar. Okay, hopefully, actually, it'll be super funny if this says exactly what we said back when we talked about Lennar, but we'll see. We'll read it. So far in June, new orders, traffic sales, incentives, and cancellations have worsened in many of our markets due to the rapid spike in mortgage rates and headwinds. What did we say about Lennar, guys? Anyone who watched the live streams back then, what did we say about Lennar when Lennar looked cheap? Well, it's cheap for a reason. And there we go. Yeah, home builders. Go figure. So same thing with Toll Brothers. I think Toll Brothers reported recently. I didn't get to do a video about this because I was too busy doing other things. But I wanted an update. I guess I'll do the update here in this live stream. But we saw Toll Brothers report, and they were talking about, well, hey, we're seeing a lot of cancellations. And that's concerning to us. Go figure. So I'd like to give you some color on our markets across the country. They really fall into 3 categories. Okay, 1 market reflecting minimal impact, 2 markets reflecting modest impact. Okay, so yeah, that's true. Okay. Our category 3 markets, which reflect the more significant market softening. And let me see, category 3, what was category 3? And markets reflecting more significant. Okay, so basically the ones that are falling the most. These include Minnesota, Austin, Los Angeles. Well, those were really white hot markets for a while. I remember I was in conversation with one of you about the real estate market in your area because you were purchasing properties and it was white hot. So I won't oust you specifically, but it was in a nice, more northern state. All right, so I'd like to spend a few minutes discussing the markets of which, okay, so one thing I want to say, because if he buys a lot of real estate in California, or the reason why real estate in California is attractive, even though the cap rates are really low, is because of their specifically their constitution with regards to property taxes. That's one of the reasons why it's pretty attractive. Also, it is to the benefit of incumbents or legacy real estate holders because the government makes it almost nearly impossible to develop new land. It's very difficult. So it's to the benefit of those who have land, and on top of that, you can just hold basically forever, and you know what your tax bill is going to be, because taxes or property taxes basically, let's be honest, it's rent to the government. It's rent that you have to pay to the government. We all have to pay. Even if you're a renter, you're paying because obviously your landlord's paying, so you're by extension paying it. Right? Makes sense. Okay, so category 3 markets is that what they want to focus on, though? Because category 3 markets, okay, so they're basically, they're going to focus on those. I assume that's basically what they're saying. All right, so Redfin and Zillow are slashing their holdings. Well, that's because the iBuying business is gone. I didn't know Zillow still had any. They might have very few, but I'm pretty sure they've already slashed their holdings. Redfin was a stubborn one. I remember Redfin was like, I'm still going to do it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Open Door, that's like their entire shtick, so go figure. Big builders are slowing housing. Okay, but we've been talking about that, so I agree with him there. I'm biased, but I agree with him there. But I am biased. Let's see here. We expected this to come. Kevin sold nearly all his properties. He technically did. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone's gonna be like, he didn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't know, but I'll say that he made video that he was doing that. All right, that's all I'll say. House hack will buy under the market. Okay, cool, of course. Okay, the AI part, the AI and augmented reality. Augmented reality for a lot of real estate businesses is already kind of a thing. That's a fancy way of saying, those virtual tours that you do, that's augmented reality, guys. That's the metaverse. Metaverse, So this augmented reality is already implemented in a variety of businesses. I don't know to what extent he's going to escalate that and make it super different. So I don't know. Tenant scoring, artificial intelligence. Again, there's already kind of services that do that. Maybe he's saying that their service is so unique and different that it's better above everyone else. That's more than within his right to make that claim. Okay, so he's actually talking about some REITs here. So these are actually 2 REITs that if you didn't know, I'd love to actually introduce them to you. So American Homes and Innovation Homes. So American Homes for rent. I think American Homes is they have the market caps there. So it's the second largest, and then Innovation Homes is the first largest, and they have the ticker symbols there. So that was actually a way for you to get exposure to single family real estate as a REIT. Okay, so as a REIT, there's a way to do it in a C Corp. We'll get to that, but as a REIT. Well, we already got into that. You guys already know. Blackstone. So Blackstone's actually one of the ways, which, by the way, again, go back about, I think before 2019, it was a limited partnership. You got a K1. Bit more complicated. Cole came in and said this is a great opportunity. Well, Cole, to be honest, you don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'll be watching it here and there, I guess, and we'll have fun. We can make fun speculations about whether or not it will be or not be, or it could be absolutely garbage. Now, let's get to the risks. So Prop 13, Ben's talking about Prop 13. That's what I was talking about, in California. We've talked about this numerous times, but that's the one thing in California that's actually like really, really good. I can't. If I could wish that the rest of the United States would copy something from California, it would definitely be Prop 13. All right, just saying. Right, I could be biased because but just saying. Okay, so let's see here. Well, let me get through this first, and I'll get to some comments. Market opportunity. All right, so he's saying he's going to get to these REITs, but he's not a REIT. So that's like a key difference. He's not a REIT. look, someone guessed Starwood Property Trust in the Discord, I think, and yeah, you have Starwood here being mentioned. So Starwood Waypoint filed eviction notices for more than 30% of the tenants, while Invitation Homes filed notices for nearly 15%, according to Reuters. Now, interestingly enough, this is one of the problems that I think is the hardest part to tackle, because just getting at scale, you want to somehow get a really high percentage of quality tenants, and that would be an interesting thing to tackle. But the larger you become, I would say the more difficult it really does become. And handling evictions in single family homes is just a little bit, it's more tedious than an apartment building. Everyone's all together. It's you don't have to drive over there. But Innovation Homes, by the way, and American Homes for Rent, they've been doing this projects for the past, I think, 3 years, where they've actually been building out, or they've been contracting to build out homes or neighborhoods that are designed to just be rented out. Now, some of the benefits of that is it's a little bit more, I believe, I could be wrong on this, and some of you might work in the field and might be willing to correct this, but one of the difficulties with an apartment complex is once you designate the apartment complex, and this might be different in some states, some jurisdictions, and also different countries, different rules, so keep that in mind. But an apartment complex, as soon as you start to sell one of the properties, right, or sorry, you begin to distinguish it away from an apartment building, you cannot renew the leases anymore. You can't have hybrid system. You can have that limbo period. I think it's about a year, I believe, is what it's allowed to be. And then after that year, the whole thing has to be sold and has to become condos, essentially, right? Or the apartments have to be sold to another owner. Okay, so that's something you can do. With the homes, I don't believe they have the same restriction. So that's actually a benefit where they can actually piecemeal the sales. I believe that might be the case, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, someone might be able to give us more color on that. And if you do, I'll be actually, happy, I guess, if you did that. All right. All right. Let's see here. This is the best. So when someone says, Andrew Marshall says this is the best route he could have done. Yeah. I think of all the things that we've ever talked about with me, Kevin, I'd say this is better. Now there is like one concern, because I got to be honest about like the big concerns, but I'll leave that to the end. All right, so this 5-stage model. I don't remember hearing this, but 5-stage model. I've heard about the SaaS side, so the potential SaaS upside, but purchase properties with the wedge. Okay, outfit them with Meet Kevin uniform. Okay, shown in the to increase rent return. Okay, so that's thing that's coming from his courses or whatever that he tells you to do in order to get, turn a property into a good rental property, because not all properties are good rental properties. Some properties are not good for renting, as others are. All right, so rent out the properties for consistent long-term. Again, other companies already do this, but so you can already you can go to the public markets, find companies that already do this that are not REITs, okay? And if you have any confusions about the REIT structure, we can talk about that. But our goal is to maximize the revenue of each property by ensuring that the most profitable rental model is applied. Well, of course, I would hope so. Flex and short-term rentals will likely be furnished. Oh, so they are going to go into short-term rentals. So that's interesting. Okay. So that's interesting. I don't know. To turn over the portfolio of property. So he's going to need, a decent way to manage all this. It's going to be a bit intense. Turn over the portfolio of properties to substantial. Okay. This is what I was talking about. Turn over portfolio of properties after substantial appreciation for a fresh portfolio that attracts high-quality tenants without having to invest in re-renovating. When possible, will leverage tax advantage of 1031 exchange. Okay. So just basically going to exchange real estate for real estate. Alternatively, we may compete with roof stock. Okay, 1.9 billion valuation. I guess that's going for what they could potentially IPO for down the line. That's already setting the stage there. A registered investment advisor with 2 billion AUM, 400 million in annual inflows. Okay. Okay, but the last part, number 5, that's basically what he's describing is, they're not going to be a REIT. They're going to keep the capital invested in other things. All right. Once our internal software has been refined with us, our customer, we may launch the next phase. Okay. All right. Whatever. Potential SaaS upside. So they have, okay, what is this? No, these are the competitors. I was like, they don't own this. But then I saw 1.9 billion. I was like, there's no. Okay. They're just showing competitors their valuations because that's, potentially to their valuation. Yeah, there's Open Door right there. So Yardi, Open Door, Appfolio. As we expect, the 5-stage model, we expect to develop our own software slowly and steadily. Again, there's also another company that does this specifically for real estate software. That is the one that I said is the better Zillow. So if I get to it, I'll get to it. Okay, so our real estate approach will allow us to build next level projects. Okay, what it means to you as an investor: identifying profitable deals, property management, eviction, collect. So that's the hardest part right there. Property management's a B word. If you, for those of you who have a real estate portfolio, let me know in the comments section. This is for live chat or also after the fact. I'm actually curious. Do you have a property manager? And what I would say is a decent amount of properties that you probably would want one. I don't know, maybe 5 and above, 3 and above, 4 and above, somewhere around there. And maybe they're not all in your same vicinity or same area. Maybe you have real estate portfolio, in a different state. Yeah, well, that one you're probably gonna need one. That would absolutely suck. You have to fly to actually go see your properties. All right. Anyways, so that's gonna be their most, I think, interesting challenge, in my opinion. Renovation risk, all that stuff, same thing. Tax headaches, cost of 1031 exchanges. I mean, that's standard. I would hope as a company they're handling that for the shareholders. Right? That's the whole point. You better not. They're not giving you a K1 for sure. And yeah, I remember in the video he was all about saying this is not a syndication, which it's not a syndication, but yeah. Shares of path for our cost, the same shares to buy. Okay, the same $1. Okay, I think we're kind of repeating ourselves. Even more benefits for the earliest invest. Oh, this is the part, I guess, where I think I had some of the concerns. So I get to the concerns, right? So the $0 initial salary, that's pretty common for founders to say. So it's fine, good. I would hope so. But yeah, he's going to be paid in stock, I believe. His next tranche would be at $71 million. Okay, however, this would be at IPO on a national stock exchange or IPO-like sale event. All right. Even more benefits for the earliest investors. The earlier you fund, the more free warrants. He explains it there, but yeah, it's similar to stock options, so it gives you the opportunity to buy more shares. But let me quickly see. I don't want to. Has anyone been saying, couldn't you just source property management companies? Yeah. You could outsource. That's what I was asking about. You guys, if you guys have your own property portfolio, whether or not you guys do that. I was just curious. More colorful for our potential members. Ali, that's okay. At least it doesn't have total blunders like Everything Money's video editors mosquitoing Kathy Wood. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so let's see here. Andrew Marshall, Capital Mindset, turning audio off so I can focus on practice questions. Did he mention the valuation he's raising at? I believe I skipped over that. I think he says it somewhere here where he says the $1 to $1. Let me see. I believe he did say that at one point. After selling... Oh, but that's him as a broker. That's not the 1 to 1. Where's the 1 to 1? I skipped over it. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so house hack. Okay, seed round will have to be inflated valuation of initial dilution. Have you heard of WeWork? Oh no, that's me. Okay, he's not saying. I'm pretty sure it's okay. This is like a contemplation. He wants to own like 10%. So if they raise 100 million, he will raise. Okay, so that'll be like 110 million. Okay, if they raise 100 million, he'll put in 10 million, 110 million. And it's a $1 to $1. Okay, the company will be valued at 100 million. Okay, well, right there. Wait, what? Wait, what the heck? Wait, then I'm confused. Wait, it's valued at 100 million, or we invest 100 million, and he will own 10% of it by putting in 10. He must mean that if we get to 90 million, he'll put 10 million, and then he'll own 10%. Might be a little bit of a confusion there. I don't know if you guys are interpreting it differently than I am, but maybe my brain's like really tired and dead. But I'm kind of perplexed by that. So if we raise $100 million and then I put 10 million, I will own 10. But that's 110. Calculator moment. All right, calculator moment. If we do 10 divided by 110, it's not 10%. So something's there. So I might be confused, and it's 90 million. He'll push that up to 100 million. He will own 10%. Okay, maybe that's, I don't know. So that's a question mark there. Maybe someone here has the answer to that. Capital minus turning audio off. So yeah, that's to answer your question, Andrew Marshall. Did I put your comment up? I don't think I put your comment up. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I did not know that. I did not pay attention. House hacking is the next Vanguard. Wow. Okay, it's not bringing up your comment for some reason. All right, but anyways, I answered your question, Andrew Marshall. I hopefully you heard that, because I know you're studying CPA right now. Oh, there it is. So yeah, it's about 100 million valuation. Okay, so let me just put that up there. Meet Kevin says everyone gets that VIE bacon. Don't trigger me. The paragraph says of the 100. Oh, okay. So I was confused. All right. So now somewhere it says there of the 100 million, 10 million will be his. Okay. So it is 90 million. He'll put in 10 million. All right. Cool. We'll move on now. All right. I'm glad that it was just me not thinking correctly or not reading apparently. Yeah, my eyes are really tired. Jeez, it's like when I'm reading, it's like it gets a little blurry. Even though this is blue light filter, so it's supposed to shield my eyes throughout the day, but I guess it really, I don't know. There's only so much you can do. All right, so let's see here. Even more benefits for the earliest investors. All right, so this is the seed round or whatever, the warrants that you're going to get. Now, one concern that I have here is I think I heard it, but I'm going to try to read if I see that again. Investor investment, Kevin investment, total funding. Oh, he has it here. This is a better explanation then. Yeah, this was a better explanation. So the 100 million total funding, Kevin investment. So Kevin would put 12 million. Okay, so this is basically like a calculation he's following. So if they raise 100 million, he will put in 12 million, and then he will own 10.71%. All right, cool. But this is the part. All right, so this is an optional increase in the future of your investment. Same second call. Seed round of investors would have funded based off of the below funding table will benefit participating in, okay, $1 to $1, okay, whatever. For example, if you invest 300,000, okay, he gives an example, mathematical example. For example, if you invest 300,000 before September 30th, you have the option to invest an additional $165,000 at a $1 to $1 valuation. So it's just above that 50-ish%. If you invest $50,000 November 15th, you have an option to invest an additional $20,000, 40%, so it's less. Okay, so basically the earlier you invest, the more of these warrants you receive. So that's a sense of urgency. So like, okay, you got to invest soon. The sooner you invest, the more you stand to benefit from that. All right, so that's unique, I guess. Clear path to revenue. I remember him saying something like, oh, we're not like the unprofitable companies, stuff like that. Less competitive arena. Oh, and I don't know if I went over enough the software as a service part, but yeah, so internal software development. Again, there's other companies that do this already. Other C Corps that have their internal teams. I don't know about the quality of work or how the engineers feel about that firm. I've heard interesting stories about those companies. So yeah, but Anyways, let's not get into that. All right, higher margins for all. Our wedge deals, okay, whatever. Yeah, because that's kind of repeating itself. Tax efficient, again, I hope so. Future equity potential. All right, so what is he saying here? I want to see, what is this 2 million community bonus? We have an active reach of millions on social. Okay, so basically talking about the YouTube. We have the advantage of being able to tap into our... by building partnerships with agents. Okay, I misinterpreted that. I thought it was saying something for a second, but so basically the network effect, like, a lot of people know you. They're more willing to do business with you. More agents are willing to do business with you. They like you maybe. Lenders like you because they've seen you on YouTube. You have that influencer effect. Yeah, sure thing. The future equity potential, if deemed profitable for the company and its investors, we may offer stock in House Hack to tenants or agents who work with us. What the heck? Whoa. I don't think the agents part, there's another company that does this. Oh, what is this company? Come on, Fabio. There's a publicly traded stock that does this. It's a real estate stock. One of you is gonna tell me. I'm looking for you guys. Which one? Come on, guys. Don't fail me here. Well, no, it's you. You guys aren't failing. I'm failing here. It's a publicly traded stock. Come on. You know what? It's best just to Google here. Let's see. Real estate. This reminds me exactly of their business model. Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Okay, where are you at? It's not Redfin, it's not Compass. EXP. EXPI, I believe that's what they're called. Yeah, that's them. EXPI. So EXP, that's the one I'm thinking about. They actually do that with their agents. Basically, the result was like endless dilution. So yeah, if you guys remember EXPI or EXP stock, I'll go ahead and pull up their stock because why not? They followed a similar. It's not exactly like this, but they have I don't know about that. Yeah, because they have a software. They have this Oh my gosh, wait. What did he say up here? Hold on. He said a keyword up here. I'm surprised he didn't actually mention EXP. I guess the reason why is because EXP's had a terrible go about it. But actually, no, I'll eat my words because technically on the 5-year, they're outperformed the S&P. So I'll eat my words there. So if you were an early investor in EXP, you're doing really well, but not doing as well. So if you were the retail crowd that probably bought in the highs, you're not doing so well. Let's be honest. If you were the retail crowd, you may be that one lucky guy that bought it back in the day. But EXP. So or EXPI is the ticker symbol. I think he said somewhere. Where did he say this? I know there's something about the software. Was it virtual reality or whatever? I'm missing it. Where did he say it? Whatever. You guys remember it probably. I don't have to find it again. Rental, tenant scoring, augmented reality. Yeah, because EXPI is all about that. So that was actually a huge reason for that. So EXPI's, they have like this virtual meeting rooms that you can go to. And you can meet like with your clients, your real estate agents. You can meet each other across the world. I remember like that we used a very similar thing in back in my university days for some of my classes. And yeah, that was. I mean, it was interesting. It was kind of a gimmick at the end of the day. It wasn't really that good, and I think it's still kind of a gimmick at the end of the day. It's just nothing a Zoom call, Microsoft Teams can't really do. Oh, cool, you have an avatar, walk around. But I don't know if that's what he was talking about with augmented reality. I think it's more so what I was talking about with Zillow. But anyways, so 2 million future equity potential. So this could increase our agent deal finding loyalty. That's what EXPI looks at. That's how they think, by the way. That's actually something I think they say by doing this equity model. It's also EXPI is kind of pyramid-y, kind of. No, it's more like an MLM. Sorry, not pyramid. It's more like an MLM. That's that. EXPI encourages the agents to find other agents. A lot of brokerages are like that, by the way. It's not a surprise. There are brokerages that they have that MLM model. So the MLM model is not rare in the real estate brokerage, if you guys didn't know. Okay, so someone's asking me, Hayden, could you take a peek at FAF? Valuation is interesting in my opinion, relative to itself, but it's directly correlated with real estate transactions. So that's the risk dependency, depending on your view of real estate. I could take a look at them. Let me write them down. FAF, so I don't forget. All right, cool. All right, so let's see here. The 3 main reasons to invest. 100% hands off. I mean, C Corps, REITs, all of them do that. But like, okay, good. 100% hands off. I hope you wouldn't be calling me in the middle of the night to let me know how my properties are doing, because that's why I'm doing it through this. All right. Growth potential with seed run valuation. Okay, well, that's, typical, no typical dilution. All right, we're using the word typical too much. Your next step, potential built-in liquidity. The built-in liquidity. Who uses that word? Well, no, every startup says that, built-in liquidity. But I think Fundrise might also use that word. But every startup uses that word. However, we cannot guarantee this will happen, obviously. All right, fine. Not buy back shares for now, at least. All right, yeah, that's fine. Nothing crazy. All right, I'm pretty much getting to the end. Let's go. Okay. So I didn't see this, but I thought there was like a special offer to course members. Is there a special offer to course members? I don't want to say something that's incorrect, so I'll wait for confirmation. Is there a special offer to course members? Well, you can make more money by buying the real estate yourself, of course. Course members can buy 10% more shares, I believe. Okay, so my one concern is that the course members, of course, have to buy the course. Well, the ones who have already bought the course, they, I guess, have offered to the same deal. But if you're not a course member yet and you want to buy, let's say you're desperate to buy 10% more of the deal, it gives a financial incentive to basically give money directly to Kevin in order to get access to more shares of the company that he's trying to raise capital for. That was my glaring concern. So I was remembering it correctly. And so when I was listening it to the side, when he said that caught me, and I was like, that's a little. But that's like probably my biggest. I would say it's not illegal. It's ethical, concern about this whole ordeal. But that's about it. Whether or not this will succeed, no idea. It's so early to tell. I mean, but we can all speculate. So speculate based off of, I guess, past performance. Is he good? Is he bad at real estate? That would be the discussion we'd all have to have. If we all agree that he's bad at real estate, probably not going to do good. I'll say if it's as good as stock picks, probably not going to do good. But anyways, so it should. It sounds like there's multiple touch points. Oh, I'll bring you up, Slurpees. Don't worry. It sounds like there are multiple touch points for Kevin to make money. Appreciation, commissions on the buys and sells of the properties, contracting himself for the improvements, and wife for property management. It does appear so. You are correct. But this is obviously something that investors should think about before kind of getting into this. I'd honestly think about it. Now, if you guys think I'm being too soft on it, so to speak, it is for good reason. It is definitely for good reason, because you do want to be a bit careful with what we say, particularly to an entity like this. So we want to stick to simply what the facts that we know. The facts that we know is what is presented before us. We can offer opinions and no kind of sort of definitive statements on any regard. But we can all, speculate on stuff. So once his subscribers and parents and grandparents, he wants his subscribers. In what way, Tyson? How many Tysons do we have? This is getting ridiculous. I'm kidding. I know we have 2 Tysons. You guys are very spicy commenters, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll keep it at that. But all right, any thoughts on Kevin having all the voting shares? Oh, yeah. I mean, well, that's so he maintains control with having, obviously 10%. So he has the founder shares, right? But that can't be a point necessarily that we say is super different from other companies. There are a lot of companies that do that. So let's be fair. Right? That's not what is unique, interesting is like the course member stuff. That I don't remember other publicly traded companies. Well, this one it plans to go public. I don't remember other companies that had that history the same way, in that same exact way. But yeah. What's the cutoff? I don't know. We need a Mike Tyson. All right, so can you explain the term publicly traded? I've heard that before. Oh, okay, here we go. Let me pull up your comment. I've heard people say this as publicly traded, but it doesn't seem very public. I can't trade it. Yeah, because it's not publicly traded. It's not traded on a stock exchange. Yeah, I know you're being facetious with that. All right, so investing with Cole, if he's doing Series A funding, it's not publicly traded. People who are saying this is wrong Oh, well, yeah, I already explained. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but he was playing around. He was not serious. Okay, so the Slurpee's point isn't clear where the line is. Oh, okay, you guys are having conversation with each other. Sorry, I know I do that. So, I was being serious. I thought I was confused about it. Oh, I don't know what you were saying, Andrew Marshall. I didn't see your comment. Isn't every funding round a form of dilution? Okay, so but the thing is, this is the interesting part. Okay, because we don't want to mischaracterize this where we're being unfair, right? Technically speaking, for a real estate company, it is not a REIT. It is not a REIT, but it's not out of the ordinary to seek funding because your whole purpose is to acquire assets like real estate to rent them out. So it's not out of the ordinary to constantly do funding. It's not out of the ordinary. In fact, you would have to start doing a different style of analysis as soon as you kind of gauge that this is a real estate company. You're gonna have to change the analysis altogether. You can't continue to do the same analysis you would do for a regular company, right? You want to make sure. Well, a lot of things are similar. If philosophically they're the same. But some of the nuanced details, like if you go back to any of the videos we've done on REITs, those will get into a little bit more detail as to those nuances. But yeah. As a limited partner in your friend's partnership business, well, it's not my friend's partnership. It would be ours. Limited partner is just a different classification. So limited partner, general partner so in every limited partner, there has to be a single general partner at the very minimum. They basically take on all due responsibility. And the limited partnership is one for, to remove in a sense, conflict of interest. So I don't make the decisions on the day-to-day necessarily. And they bear all responsibility and risk on all debts assumed. So I'm a limited partner. I would only be assuming basically the debts I use as collateral to my cost basis within the partnership, unless agreements are specifically saying that otherwise. But wait, let me see the rest of your question. But I just wanted to touch upon that. Is your role just to provide? Yeah. You provide capital, and then you get your proportion share of the profits that is agreed upon, or you just do it simply by the amount of contribution, right? But yeah. Yeah, it's not like all said and done. It's kind of just in talks right now. So don't get excited. Well, don't get excited at all. It has nothing to do with you guys here, but it's like saying that, just to reiterate, there's different structures that exist for real estate. Most of the time, how I've seen them for individuals, for groups, it has been partnerships. This the frequent one. Most frequent is that. All right. So that's the funniest thing. Oh, and Austin, I can tell you all about this because I think we were talking not too long before I got that proposal or conversation. So if you want, we can talk about it later in more detail. Okay, so then Co will IPO. Yeah, Co will IPO. I think the statement is like by 2028. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's I don't know where you I don't know where you heard. Well, you're joking. I know you're joking. Is Kevin buying out Salmon Brothers? Oh yeah, that's the bank we're going to start. All right, so yeah, that pretty much covers my thoughts on that, on this business, and yeah. So I know because you guys asked me before, and I just didn't want to give my opinion until I listened to the video, and then actually this was impromptu. I wasn't actually going to bring up this, but I guess we did. So yeah, that's pretty much the culmination of just my my overall thoughts on it. Capital mindset. I think most people don't understand seed funding here. I was just explaining seed funding very briefly about. Oh yeah, we'll get into that. How about that? Yeah, because let's do that. All right. So Andrew Marshall. All right. So I'm looking for all your comments. All right. So round one, Series A, pure startup. All right. So I'm just covering his comments just in case no one saw his comments because I think they're actually pretty valuable here. Round two, Series B, usually expanding and bringing on finance staff. Okay. And he's here. He's here. And then this would be the next step. Round three, usually shore up everything before going public so that early investors can get an exit. And this is the part where if you're buying in now, this is like the proposition that, they're basically saying down the line, you could stand to sell your shares at a higher and higher and higher valuation. So yeah, of course, like I think I remember him either saying this or I read it and maybe I don't remember, that it'll be funny to watch Spencer, Cornelia, Coffeezilla video on Meet Kevin in a couple months. Oh, they're going to do a video on it, you probably think? I mean, it's different from Grant Cardone. It is different. It's not super different, but it's different. Why do you voluntarily demonetize your YouTube account? So for one, I've often said that YouTube is a pastime hobby, and it is, and I still want to continue to do it while also maintaining a kind of a neutrality here on YouTube, no conflict of interest. Guys, YouTube is chump change. YouTube at the end of the day is chump change. Now, as far as like how that affects me making content, it's not going to affect me making content. But just like, okay, just so you guys didn't see the beginning of the show. If there are any advertisements on YouTube, every single video, even going back to the very beginning, is unmonetized. And so just make sure you, I think Aswath also talks about this. I'm not going to be able to control the ads. So like those are all Google. If you want to indirectly support me and pump up those YouTube numbers for my Google investment, that's a different story. You're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, you can skip them. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Because I know some of you were like, oh, I watch your ads because like, I want to support you. So I'll watch the full ad. You can stop doing that. It's fine. You don't have to do that. So yeah. Yeah, BF1, sir, is still up. Oh, you guys are talking about Battlefield 1. I remember that game. That's a good game. Ad blocker to the rescue. Well, you don't need it. Yeah, ad blocker, no ad blocker. You're fine. Yes, I can. I can technically swear as much as I want. I have full liberty. Well, yes and no. I don't have entirely full liberty. I don't like to swear. And no, you cannot. Well, no one can be nude on the show. Definitely not. Yes, I can. I can still get striked. Yes, I can. That is true. Of course, like the memes are always like non-monetized because of course the memes use like movie footage and stuff like that, so it's fine. But yeah, that's the those were always for fun, and I had a lot of fun making them. So the memes were like, oh, I love making the memes. The Star Wars one, I'm really upset that got taken down. So it lives only on Instagram. That's me shamelessly plugging in on Instagram, which you don't get ads anyway on Instagram. So if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram to check out those memes. The memes on there are the memes that I can't go to YouTube or put them on YouTube just because the corporate gods, the corporate overlords, they look down upon that. They look down upon that. Okay. Unrivaled Investing and Stoccato. Okay, I don't have an opinion on them, honestly, because I haven't seen their videos. But I know a lot of my subscribers like them. So I'll go by my subscribers' word that they're good. I've gotten in trouble in the past doing this because I gave praise to someone who promoted Redbox. And then I even reached out to like say, oh, but I found out they actually don't really like me, which is the fun thing. But yeah, I found out when once it was brought to my attention that they did that, I was like, oh god, all right, this is cringe. So this is why I'm kind of I'm gonna try to be careful with like, okay, I'll say that guy's good, that guy's good. I'm gonna be a little bit more careful. So I'll refer and say very carefully that they could be completely innocent YouTubers or whatever. I have a lot of subscribers that do like them and have said positive things about them. So I will say that they have said positive things about them, so they might be positive. There you go. All right. Okay, so you see, like, Unrivaled is good. I think he has too much faith in Dalio. And likes, you guys know how I felt about China. Do you guys remember the olden days? I know, Austin, if you're still in here, do you remember the olden days when, like, I think every other video was just negative on China? And we were still just like a little itty bitty channel and just like raging against China. And that's still when Strongman or Chris, like he still brought us on. And remember we had our disagreements and stuff. Those were fun times. Those were fun times where we were just, just raging against China. Just two people. Yes, I think, yeah, our first video was on China. Oh, those are the days. Those are the days. All right. Unrivaled is one of the 3 channels in YouTube Finance I've subbed to. Yeah, Andrew, I know Andrew's like very picky. So if Andrew, I know he's very picky. So if he likes Unrivaled, I'll say Unrivaled's good. All right. Watch me get super in trouble, but not in trouble. I didn't get in trouble with the other guy, but I had to like almost like not like backtrack it a little bit because I had no idea that happened. All right. So I'll just be cautious on like, okay, I have no idea what stocks they've backed or anything like that. Right, but you should send your ideas. Do you mind if we send you ideas for Insta? Yeah, man. The memes are for fun. The memes are for fun. Send me the ideas. If I have the time, I'll do them, and I will have fun doing them. There is actually, you know what? I'll shout him out because he. At this point, I can call him. I don't know if he considers me a friend, but I'll consider him a friend because he's. I know who it is, and he spams memes. He's really good at just making memes. His name is Finance Meme King on Instagram, so I'll shout him out. And if you guys want to check him out, go check him out and give him a follow. He's just starting out, so he's at 19 followers. So, but he produces memes pretty quickly, and he would do that. All right, so I guess we'll never know why. Oh my god! Oh, I'm not reading that comment. RKT2, yeah, I remember Rocket Mortgage. I remember that we got one of our. Well, we didn't like Rocket Mortgage. That was an American VIE, and I remember one of the earliest subscribers. He now has a YouTube channel too. He was the one always asking us about Rocket Mortgage, and we did the videos on Rocket Mortgage. And if you watch this video, comment down below. I haven't seen your comment in a long time. Well, I saw your comment just the other day, but I haven't seen your comment since that video. You know who you are. But yeah, you're the one who inspired the Rocket Mortgage videos. All right, so well, you don't know that at all. You have no idea. I never say anything like that. Benjamin is the best YouTuber. Oh, that's another one that a lot of people have a lot of positive things to say. Benjamin as well. Yeah, that's another one. Kethman Ketham Rahman says, don't you realize that if China, Cuba, and Venezuela were allowed to develop without the United States boot in the throat, it would... Yeah. There's people who say that. There's people who say that. That is a belief. That is a belief. Capital Mindset, I don't watch any Benjamin memes. Maybe I should. Maybe that will make me laugh here and there. Show everyone my newest thumbnail. Send me your newest thumbnail. If you send me your newest thumbnail, I will show them your newest thumbnail. Yeah, a lot of people like Benjamin. So yeah, that's I'll say that. Oh, Alan. Also, I'm not 23, by the way. You got my age wrong. Live react to Benjamin. We already did that. We won't do that again. I'm trying to see if there's any questions people want to ask, or otherwise I'll kind of start closing it off. But why is there someone? I'm gonna call you out. I don't care. I'm gonna call you out. Why is there someone streaming Skyrim in the voice chat? Oh yeah, that is funny. Someone is streaming Skyrim in the voice chat. I won't oust your name, but I can see you in there, and I think that's hilarious that you're actually streaming Skyrim. Copy link, open link. All right, cool. Let's open the link. Okay. So I had to brief it before I opened it up because I wanted to be careful. So this is the thumbnail that Cole wants everyone to see, and you can see it. There's a baby at 18 years old, and there's Elon. I don't think Elon Musk is 65, but yeah, I'm just being picky there. All right. So that's all that. It's not Skyrim. What is it then? What is he stream? What is this boy streaming? Yeah, you guys, 2 of you already went in there to check it out. So everyone go watch. Yeah, no, everyone leave the stream. Be gone. Don't watch me anymore. I'm not worth it. Watching Skyrim. I mean, low key, if you guys I don't know how old everyone is, but I'm not gonna guess your ages. But if you guys remember Skyrim back in the day, wow, those were the days. That was a long time ago now. What is that? 2011 when it came out. I have questions. When you have subscriber StreamYard Q&A. Oh yeah. When I have a StreamYard Q&A, yeah, you can come on. That's the point of it. Like anyone can come on. Oh, I'm not gonna read that out, but that's interesting to see. Threat level midnight. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. If particular content creators have a quantitative value approach and apply P's of 13. Oh my God, I know. All right. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. have a quantitative value approach and apply. Does that methodology lead to finding value? It will 100% always lead to value traps. It will 100% always lead to value traps. So I love Skyrim. All right. Anyways, one thing I'll say, and I don't know if you guys were there for the live stream, but I'll repeat it again because I guess it has to be said. I don't know if the individual is watching or not watching, but I will apologize if I was the cause for what happened to something at a content creator, Everything Money. So, because I never would want that for you. And if it was your appearance on the show, I deeply apologize. And yeah, so hopefully this apology, I apologize in the last one too, but I hope that apology also gets to you in this case. So just, you're aware that, if it is, it might be for a different, more innocent reason. And, we're all speculating at this point. None of us will ever know why that happened, but it happened. And, okay. So yeah, Lincoln says he doesn't think it's my fault. I would hope so. I hope it's like a very innocent reason that why it happened. And yeah. Can you break down Jets? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna break down the freaking ETFs that they talked about. Yeah. And by the way, if you guys wondering, I haven't done any EM videos because as part of the promise, I'm not doing them until I go through the group, see for myself, see what's up. And just get a feel for it as a whole, as a product. Remember, my criticisms were never actually about the product per se, because I think you have the right to develop a product. We can debate about the quality of the product and all of that jazz. I just want to highlight once more that my criticism was towards the service portion, where the promise is, follow me, I'll teach you how to do this, and then you'll make extra money, or you'll retire, you'll live off of it, all that. So that was the only issue. That was the only issue, right? And I said that to Seth many times, right? When he came on, I was able to voice that opinion and say, no problem with the software. Everyone here, you guys can all debate about, and I'll agree with some of your points, disagree with other points, maybe mostly agree, and then as it's a product at the end of the day, right? I can try to sell you something, a product, and as long as I'm not genuinely trying to give you a bad product, if I'm trying to give you a good product, but maybe I'm just not good at it, then I think that's fair. People have the right to. I'm not saying they suck. Maybe that's hard, but people have a right to suck, is what I'm trying to say. All right. To be honest, the EM 8-pillar stock got, I think it was. Andrew Marshall. To be honest, EM 8-pillar stocks got, I think it was 10.5% with divvies reinvested, better than a lot of YouTube finance. Definitely better than a lot of YouTube. Was it 10.5? I thought I saw Eric's video, and it yielded like 5 or 6%. I could be remembering incorrectly, but I thought it was that. I thought the S&P 500 averaged around there recently, like over the last 10 years. I think they got their high horse about themselves, though. Eric got 7%. Okay, so I remember it being less. Okay, it's 5% without dividends reinvested. Okay, but now the thing is, now add tax implications, because this is always the problem. This is what people forget about, tax implications. Now, for a lot of people, depending on your portfolio size, that's not even an issue. A lot of people don't even know the thresholds you have to meet to even worry about that. But yeah, Okay, so you were referring to that video. So yeah, like, okay, so we have another comment. Gmail, EM software is nothing more than. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, everyone can debate on like the quality of all that jazz. I think you know they have like the right to sell it, but you know when you start going like, hey, like follow my process, I'm going to sell you this process. It's a proven strategy. At the very least, I would expect you know the consumer has the right to demand results at that point. You know, you kind of lose your right to. No, you don't lose it because technically they have the right. They can do whatever they want. But I'm saying it's not what the consumer. It makes sense that they're going to be like, hey, can you kind of like show me that you've done it before you know you try to sell me and say, oh, you follow this and you can do it too. I think that people take valuations way too seriously. Yeah. Unfortunately, while Eric from Investing Stocks was a good video, he has limited resources. He only used 21 stocks as a sample size. There are currently in excess of 70 to 8 pillar stocks. Couldn't find all. Yeah, that would take a long time. Well, actually, no. I think I could probably set up an API to do that. Yeah, I could probably do that. If I have time, I'll do this project. Maybe I'll work with him and I'll reach out to him and say, hey, let's work on this together to kind of do like a bigger screen run. And that'd be interesting. I think maybe you guys might be interested in that. I think these are like the holy numbers. All right. If you guys have any further questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be closing off the stream, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'll have a week or so. Let's see here. I think the back test had only identified 21 over 5 years. Oh, 5 years. It also it weighted Altria by market cap versus the other super small cap stocks, which lowered the returns dramatically. Only identified 21 over 5 years, which seems like a small amount. It does seem like a small amount, but I'm trying to read the next part of your statement. Also, it weighted Altria by market cap. Huh. Can I force Cole to make more videos? Cole, if you don't start making more videos, I will. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Is there going to be a regular schedule for these, Ben? What do you mean by regular schedule? You talking about these live streams? Probably not. I don't know. It's going to be. I'll try. Okay. I'll leave it up to you guys. Preferences. What are the preferences on the schedule for these? No promises, but what are the preferences? Oh, Altria accounted for almost all the performance. Unfortunately, out of the 21, well, Altria is actually one of the best performing stocks of all time when you count dividends reinvested. He weighted it by market cap, so Altria accounted for. Yeah. There are actual alternative ways of doing that. I did so. So if you guys go onto the portfolio, you can see the YouTube stock index. I have to repeat this because there actually was a creator who, I won't blame them. I guess they're kind of old, and so they didn't know how to use the technology or whatever. But so I have the YouTube stock index, and so that's just there to track some of the most popular stocks on YouTube. And I did 2 different methodologies of weighting, and it wasn't market cap. Either one wasn't market cap, because if I had done a market cap weighting, Tesla would have been like the vast majority of the index. And so I have 2 separately weighted indexes. As far as, you know, how they're weighted, don't worry about that. Don't bore you. But I use 2 different methodologies, and then they're both showing like the performance. But the thing is, you also have to remember that I started the index technically when all those stocks were down. So some of them are actually up, I think. And I didn't add in Voyager. I was stupid. I didn't add in Voyager because Voyager was one that was talked about, I guess, a lot on YouTube. I probably definitely missed other ones that were talked on YouTube for sure. So, you know, people have been looking at it and saying, well, you forgot this one. Yeah, I did. Once a week is low, maybe twice a week. Well, I used to do them twice a week regularly. Maybe Fridays. Friday's difficult. Okay. Yeah. Friday's difficult. I'll tell you guys that. And this Friday, I have a birthday. One of you out there knows who your birthday is, and I'll be on your birthday. But yeah, Fridays are difficult. Saturdays are pretty good. Sundays are difficult too because I have a dedicated call on Sundays. But yeah, Saturdays is a doable time, and then maybe one other time during the week. If you usually underperform the market for an extended period of time, when would you switch to an index fund? Watch it. I mean, maybe switch the index fund at the wrong time. That would suck. Oh. Hold on, let me answer this text. All right. Okay, can you wear a birthday party cap on a Friday? Oh, by the way, I know it's super cringe. I have like 2 to 3 videos that I've already filmed that I'm gonna release because why not? And just know when you see them, they're old, like they've been filmed like a long time ago. So yeah, just remember that. It's gonna be terrible because it's gonna be like I think 3M was filmed. Oh gosh, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Every morning from 9:30 to 10. Then we options trade at 10:07. Oh, like you guys actually want me to do that? We do do options trading in the morning. We'll do options trading on the SPY. How about that? A little bit on the nose, but you know we got to have some jokes here. I think that's an inside joke to some extent. All right. Any final last minute questions? Otherwise, I'm going to close the stream. I know it's fun to talk. Can you hire everything free money to make content for you? I think Paul would call this an arbitrage opportunity considering he lives in the Philippines. Everything free. They do not live in the Philippines. There's no way. Keitham, they do not live in the Philippines. I think that's I call bluff, or as some of else you like to say. Mr. Fabio, a term of endearment. All right, so with that being said, I guess that's the actual oh my gosh, that guy. Oh, that flew over my head. That guy. I mean, well, I think he said at one point that he was like one of the among the greatest investors or something like that. So he doesn't need me to hire him whatsoever. He'll do fine. He'll do fine. He'll make his tons of money on his investments. But yeah, okay. So just closing off, Tyson Paul does not live in Cali. Everyone knows where he is. Do you like my cover? What's that? Where? Oh, okay. All right, he's a value investor. Be free. You guys are sending me free. No. You guys can see, like, well, you guys even know from the calls. Like, I accidentally take sometimes too long on these streams or these calls because I genuinely, I like talking about stocks. All right. But anyways, I will see you guys on the next one. I'm actually not going to sleep, Lincoln. You're too optimistic. You think I'm going to sleep after this? Oh, you're funny. All right. But I'll see you guys on the next one. If you guys check out the videos, again, I apologize for them being too late. Just be aware that the 3M video is like 2 weeks old. But nothing in there has changed, okay? Okay, nothing in there has changed, which is nice about those videos. You know, they age well, I guess. But anyways, just leave you guys on that note. I'll see you guys on the next one. And, well, I'll leave you guys out with this outro clip, right?
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. F***ing thing sucks.
Yeah.